So guys, it is now 2:51 in the morning here in the UK, and I've just finished watching the full 6 hours of the final last, this time for real, this time it really was the last Rooster Teeth live stream. I think initially it was planned to go for 2 hours, it ended up being 6 hours. That's fair game, obviously they had a lot to share. There were loads of memories, there were tears, they shared loads of stories, lots of clapping, they showed photos, old photos, and discussed them, nervous laughter, okay. And in the end they brought out Bernie, which was great, okay. I'm gonna get to that in the end of this video, I'm gonna talk about that as well. So going through that live stream, I just felt like I wanted to share some of my thoughts on it, so you guys don't have to watch it necessarily because it was really, really long. And I found it funny because they opened by saying, well, we've got a very detailed plan for this stream, okay. And I was like, okay, wow, a detailed plan? So what is it, like live action stuff, different segments? Are we gonna do Rooster Teeth history quizzes or something that celebrates what this company stands for? It's like, no. Actually, all they did was bring out all groups of employees one by one and then ask them what their stories and memories are. And they just brought out all these groups like Best Friends Today, the community team, then the design and marketing team. Even the idea of letting all these people, giving them a platform to tell their stories, which is fair game, right? That's a fair approach to a stream like this. But you could have made it a bit more interesting. And I don't want to marginalize what all these people are going through at the moment. Obviously, a lot of people are grieving, and there was loads of honest tears and sadness going on in the stream. It's understandable. It's not the moment to genuinely celebrate, because I think anyone watching it was actually like, all right, where are the people that we know? Okay, where's like Gus? Where's Gavin? Where's Geoff? Where's John Reisinger? Where's Michael Jones? You know, maybe even Joel. Maybe they fly in the people from Funhaus, right? Give us a surprise. It's like, oh, look, for the first time, or one of the few times, we see the guys from Funhaus on screen with everyone Rooster Teeth in Austin, right? And make it kind of a special occasion. But instead they were like, and here's the IT intern. That's not a joke. They brought out the IT intern and held a mic, I think it was a girl, who held a mic into her face to tell her stories. And here's our desktop support technician. I'm not making this up. These people were really on the stream, sitting on the couch, being given screen time. And I understand why, you know, that was their approach. That was the whole idea. Give everyone of the team a platform to tell their story, to stand in front of the camera. But as a viewer, it just dragged on and on and on. It was really not fun to watch. And it was that bad that even when like Blaine Gibson came on, it was like, oh, there's a guy that I know, you know. It just felt like, I mean, Jack Portillo was there, but overall, man, all the big people were missing. Okay, there was no Gus, there was no Gavin, there was no Geoff, there was no Michael Jones, and not even for the Achievement Hunter segment, right? When they brought out the Achievement Hunter team, I was like, okay, this is going to be Gavin, right? This is going to be Michael, maybe Gavin, no, Alfredo, none of these people were there, and it just felt a little bit, I don't know, like it just raises questions, right? Why are they not there? Why do they not think it's necessary or appropriate or like a sign of necessary respect to appear in the final live stream, in these 6 hours of live stream that concludes the story, the 21-year story of this company? Why do they not deem it necessary to appear and to say hello? I mean, I understand, you know, it's from an emotional baggage point of view, not an easy thing to do, to come out there. And we've seen it in the last stream that I talked about as well, where Geoff really was not in a good state. And I felt very sorry for the guy as well. Like, you know, he had a lot of weight on his shoulders, it felt at that time. But still, come on, man. People are out here. People want to see a final moment. You know what a great moment it would have been to have a couch with Barbara hosting the thing, and here's Gus, here's Gavin, here's Geoff, here's Bernie, all on one couch, and you just have like this final moment, and you actually give them 30, 40 minutes to share some stories, to reflect on the company. That would have been great. And we got a little bit of that when Bernie came out in the end, but we'll get to that later on. I mean, in all fairness, they had someone, I don't know who it was, reaching out and getting like text messages of all the people who were not there, right? So I think we had like actual Michael sending a text message, and it's like, amazing, you guys are amazing, best team ever, you know, I'll never forget our time. And it's like, come on, man, at least, I don't know, send like a video message. And funny enough, they actually specifically said that Alfredo and Michael could not be there because they were at a concert. And it's like, dude, this is the final stream, man. This is the final moment, the big milestone and the end of this company, of a 21-year-old journey. And they're like, well, there's also this band I like in town, so I'll probably check them out. I don't know, man. It just felt really weird. Another point that I noticed that's strange to me is that Jordan Levine wasn't there, right? The general director or director general of Rooster Teeth, the guy that was actually sent down from Warner Brothers, who was in the last stream as well. But maybe they learned their lesson, because in the last stream, he really came across as this, in my opinion, okay, this is just my interpretation, but he came across as this horrible corporate snake that showed no emotion in the past stream. So maybe it was like a strategic decision to this time say, let's not have him on the stream. Or maybe he's already at the next job. Maybe he's already moved on. He's already accepting, 25 grand a month paychecks from the next company that he can then ram into the ground. I don't know where he is, why he wasn't on. I just thought it was weird. Also, I wasn't invited, right? That's what's going on there. That's not right, right? I've been covering this for so long. I would have hoped that for the final stream, at least they invite me, give me a chance to chime in a little bit. Didn't happen. And before you commented, I do know that we recently got like a podcast kind of thing with like Barbara, Gus, and Gavin, right? We also had the original crew playing Halo with Bernie and stuff. So there are some videos where those guys were in front of the camera. So you can make this argument, yeah, but they don't need to be on this stream as well if they already made a separate video. But it's, I don't know, man, it still felt weird. Also, all comments, at least on YouTube, I believe on roosterteeth.com and on Twitch, comments were on. But on YouTube, all comments and chat were disabled. It's like, we want to hear from the community, but not like that. Not on YouTube. I don't know if they just didn't have the resource to monitor the chat or mod it or whatever. I don't know what it was. But it's a bit funny. Also, like the dislikes were disabled. It's like disliking is not allowed. Okay, not that I would dislike the stream. I don't know why anyone would do that. But it's like before people dislike this into oblivion, we deactivate the dislikes. All right. It just shows the level of confidence. It just kind of is an illustration of where this company is at this point. However, they did show a bunch of hand-selected comments that they then showed in the bottom left corner, and there were like real highlights in there. Obviously, everything had to be positive, forcefully so. So we got beautiful comments like this one. I find it hard to call Rooster Teeth even a company, because it's obviously so much more than that. It's so much more than just a company. And it is, in a way, but you can see what I mean. It was just everyone was just wanking each other off. Okay, it's like, you're such a great team. No, you are such a great team. And the comments like, everyone is a great team. This company is great. None of us have anything to do with the fall of this company. We all are great. This is absolutely amazing, and we will not confront the challenges. But then, towards the end, and I mean, everyone was waiting for the final segment, right? Are they going to bring out Geoff? Are they going to bring out Gus, Gavin, whatever? Well, they brought out Bernie. And it was great, because the whole stream felt like everyone had to go through it. There was lots of grieving, and people were like, yeah, okay, I guess I have to say a thing or two, tell a story into the microphone. But when Bernie came out, suddenly the conversation got interesting. Suddenly it felt like it was fun to watch again. It was such a weird thing. I caught myself all the time like, oh God, another group. But as soon as Bernie was on that stage and got into a conversation with the guys and with Barbara, it felt like there was a natural conversation going on where nobody's watching, like the Rooster Teeth podcasts used to be, where you watch it and you're like, oh, okay, you're listening to those guys, and it really is this parasocial thing that was going on, where you're listening to interesting people that almost feel like they're your friends or something. We spoke about this in previous videos, but it just felt so natural. And it flowed well. And that really was just like the last 25-30 minutes of the stream where Bernie was on stage, and he really, really added to it. I think that segment was really, really enjoyable and had a lot of nice moments there. But overall, it's just weird, because here are all these lovely people, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say anything negative about all these people. I'm sure they all worked very hard, and they're all creative and funny people. I'm not here to diminish their achievements and stuff, but it felt like everyone in this whole 6-hour live stream was just there to tell each other how amazing they were, and how amazing the team was, and how incredible everything was. And it was, look at the peak times of Achievement Hunter, for example. Nobody needed to get together and toot each other's horn and say, wow, we're so great, we're such a good team. It's like, no, you don't need to say this, because everyone can see it. Everyone looks at the work you put out. It's successful. The numbers speak for you. So we can see it's a great team. You don't need to say this. So everyone telling each other what an amazing team it is and how great everyone is, and tapping each other's shoulders, felt in a way like an admission of it not being a great team. Do you know what I mean? Because if it would have been a great team, it would have worked, and it would have flowed well, and you would have seen it. And it felt like here they are saying one thing when everyone else can see that that's not really the case. Overall, My personal opinion, I think the show could have been a little bit more focused. You can see that again, my observation, but that they didn't put a lot of preparation in that. Like I said before, like maybe they could have prepared certain questions that people could have answered, make it a bit more fun, celebrate what Rooster Teeth once stood for. Okay, fun. I mean, it's the final moment of this company. At least make it enjoyable to watch. They could have tried, but that's just my personal opinion. And then obviously we were chatting away on our Discord. Feel free to join. Okay, link is in the description. Lots of people there that are also Rooster Teeth fans. And someone was saying, and of course this is like a sarcastic comment. Okay, I'm not reading this out while being totally serious, but Quasi the Jester said at some point, when are they going to bring out the Time Warner executives to talk about what a great time and memories they have shutting down the company? Now, this is obviously a snarky, sarcastic comment. It's funny, admittedly, in my opinion. But there's still a kernel of truth in there, in my opinion. Don't bring out the Warner executives, right? But do some self-aware stuff. It would have been actually amazing to bring out some of the Warner executives and actually have a conversation, almost break this fourth wall, be self-aware, and do something that goes beyond this constant repetition of people telling each other how great everyone is. But guys, these are my thoughts. Again, I don't think you have to watch the 6 hours yourself, unless you're very interested in some of the stories and some of the characters that we haven't seen before in front of a camera. Then you might as well watch it. But I think you can skip it. And this is it. This is the actual end of Rooster Teeth. Now, I've promised that I will cover this story, and I will continue to cover this story because, and there were like indicators in the past. I think Geoff and Gus said that once the company is actually shut down, they might be able to talk about some of the things that happened behind the scenes that they kind of had to dance around previously. So if more stories come out in the future about Rooster Teeth, I will cover them on this channel as well. I'm sure there's more stuff to come out in the future. And if you want to stay up to date, then subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to this place because this is where the stories are gonna be covered. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more, join our Discord, the link to that is in the description. I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown and review of their final live stream. I appreciate your time and I appreciate everyone watching and continuously supporting me in covering this story. And I get lots of comments of people saying, hey dude, I really appreciate, that you keep covering the story. So I want to give that back. I appreciate you guys as well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Bye.